Scorpio, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your reading for December 11th through the 20th. We're going to take a look at what you may not see coming and get some important advice from Spirit. Welcome in. Thank you for tuning in, for clicking on this video today. It's a pleasure to read for you all. We had our first snowfall here in Rhode Island where I reside, and it is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Everything is so pristine and pretty, and it's so nice when we have these days where you just want to slow down. So during this retrograde season, I hope that you're taking some time out to rest, carving in a little, time for you. Let's call Spirit in and get started on your reading. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Scorpio today. Happy holidays too, by the way. All right, let's see. What are the frequencies? The strongest incoming frequencies. Freedom! I love that. Could be spreading your wings during this time. In some regard, we'll see what that has to say in a moment, but the frequency of freedom is going to be very prevalent, as well as the sixth chakra. I'll tell you, this is a time period of year normally, but even more so this year, where we have the opportunity to elevate in our awareness, elevate in our place in the cosmos, elevate in our calmness and our centeredness. We have the sixth chakra. I mean, this is your third eye. This is speaking to the deeper parts of you, maybe spending more time in contemplation and introspection, in meditation. I was inspired this month to get back on the mat, literally, and I have a special corner in my room now, which I didn't have before. So you may feel inspired to start some new practices that will increase your sixth chakra time. Well, we lose it if we don't use it, right? Emergence. Ooh. It's interesting. When I first saw this, I don't know, I was thinking of like a bee, or cocooning. And then you could feel like you've been cocooning. And whenever we do that, we do have higher, increased extrasensory perception abilities. There's something that's unfolding or emerging deep within you, Scorpio, at this time. Let's see, I'm going to show you these other ones as well. Let's just show you. We have a lot of deep hues, reds and purples here. Look at that. Aren't those gorgeous? This is all sacred geometry. The energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, boundless expression, and bold exploration. Woo! So if you've been afraid to start anything new, if you've been afraid to change in some capacity, physically, mentally, spiritually, this is the time where you're going to feel that extra motivation to better yourself in some way. I like that. And the freedom to do so. It's just going to naturally, time will allow you to do that. Sometimes when I've noticed this, when I have free time, somehow out of the blue, it gives me the opportunity to be more of a creator. So you may have more of this freedom to creatively express yourself in some way, whether it's the way you appear or what you're doing out in the world. Sixth chakra, the energy of the third eye chakra supports our inner sight and intuitive abilities. You may need your intuition regarding some aspect of your freedom. Something is emerging at this time for you, Scorpio. Emergence. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. My goodness. This is a beautiful energy to behold. I don't even know why I said to behold. I'm getting all poetically, Christmassy over here. Whether you celebrate it or not, I do think that the light quotient of the cosmos, of the creator, of all the benevolent beings that surround our universe and inside of us and outside of us, it increases. And you have access to that. So, and it lends itself this feeling of innocence and wonder for the world. So, You might be getting touched by the spirit, right, of the holidays, more so this year than maybe you have in recent years. I'm getting that for some of you. All right, let's see what tarot deck wants to speak right now. Astro Matrix is saying yes. All right, let's now see what is coming down the pike during this time period. Spirit, what's going on for Scorpio? What they don't see coming. December 11th through the 20th. December 11th through the 20th. Ooh, the Chariot. I love the Chariot. This is about listening to your intuition and moving forward in some regard. Where are you moving to? Where are you going? Look at you. Even every chariot card you'll see in the tarot, you will see that there's movement. There's swift movement. You can see the hooves jumping into the water. Like there's speed. So whatever you're doing, there's going to be an acceleration around it. Or whatever you're thinking about doing. I'm hearing you're thinking about doing something that's going to be, there's going to be an accelerated motion behind it. Wanted to come out, but didn't fall out. But I just saw the Six of Cups and the Three of Swords. So, oh, wow. Oh, this is awesome. I love it. Because you're like, I'm moving, but I'm not exactly sure where I'm headed. But I know I need to move. I need to move. I need to get going. I need to put some pep in my step. The Chariot with the Two of Wands in reverse. You know, Two of Wands is having a vision for the future and knowing exactly where you want to go. There might be some unknowns about a certain part of your life. You're willing to keep moving forward despite uncertainty. That's what I'm getting. There's some uncertainty about moving in a certain particular direction at this time, Scorpio. And that's okay. That's okay. It could be a horizon. Maybe you're moving, in the darkness. And you are, don't take that, proverbially. I think literally, like, I'm just as an example. And then, when the sun rises, you will know where you're going. It's like, I'm getting like you have to feel your way through instead of seeing it all clearly in front of you. That's why your intuition is being spiked here or triggered in this situation. It's also Two of Wands is that this is really a contradiction, y'all. I'm going to say this. Because Chariot's a very motivated energy. Two of Wands in reverse is a, I'm not really sure. Maybe you have to make a choice you don't want to. Interesting. Judgment. Wow. Yeah. Some of you have been going through a extreme overhaul. Some of you, it's every aspect of life. Others of you, it's one particular area of your life where you're going through a rebirth. I don't know this. I'm getting like a dark night of the soul type of energy, but not like a massive major. Some of you, maybe it's been intense. Others of you, it's more of this spiritual experience. A lot of times when we go through a dark night of the soul, it's when we something catastrophic happens. Like, we lose a job, we're under financial strain, we lose a loved one, we lose a relationship. Usually there's some form of loss. This feels like some sort of, it's different than that. This feels different than that. Again, a decision that maybe you don't want to make, but you have to make. This is you lifting off into an unknown direction and rebirthing, rising like a phoenix from the flame. I mean, this is a very scorpionic energy for you to have. It's like, you know what? I don't exactly know, but I'm at the end of a transformation, and this may have more to do with you not being sure about at what level you're going to be vibrating, or what aspect of your childlike wonder and intuition and being cradled in this newer energy. It's like, it's taking you places, Scorpio, that maybe you can't even fathom right now. There we go. I'm getting it now. Okay. Took me a minute to find it, Scorpio. This took me a minute to find. I'm going to get the bottom of the deck. Queen of Swords, boundaries, Ten of Pentacles, and the Sun. Wow. A lot of you have long-term happiness, abundance, wisdom. My goodness, this is such a gorgeous energy. Maybe you're telling me where you've been and then now where you're headed. If you've been course correcting in I'm getting your overall vibration. This doesn't feel like it has much to do with someone else. It has to do with you wrapping up a part of your life where maybe it was just so unfamiliar to you, the energy you were in. And now it's like, okay, I feel like I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I feel like I'm firmly seated on my throne. This is fascinating to me because it does feel like a very sharp contrast between the energies that you have been telling me you've been going through and the energies that are underneath it all. It's like Spirit's like, yeah, it's been tough, but you know what? You've got long-term success, happiness, and true leadership. I'm getting like you have this leadership. You could be advancing in your career or stepping into a newer career. This is fascinating. We have what's cool is that we have a lot of majors. I mean, the Chariot, the Judgment, and the Sun. And then we have a Sword, Wand, and Pentacle here. The reason why I'm not going into any kind of relational energy here is because there is no cups. But it's like you've learned how to make yourself happy. And you know what you need long term in order to do that. What was that? The emergence. You've been emerging from the alchemization of being uncertain around your forward momentum and where it was leading you. And now Spirit's like, ta-da! And you're like, well, if I had known, maybe I would have been a little bit, This is one of those surprising twists in your vibration, in your awareness, in your life experience, where if you went from a place of just unsettledness, uncomfortable, there's been a discomfort you've had to cope with. I don't know if it's you just being uncomfortable in your own skin or uncomfortable with certain parts of your life, uncomfortable in general. It doesn't mean you haven't had pockets of everything feeling good, but this feels like a huge difference. You know exactly where you're going, and you know exactly how to make yourself happy. And you have risen. You have risen to a level of emotion. It feels more like a divine intelligence. Divine intelligence around using your skills and abilities to create happiness and abundance for you. It's all coming from this, you've been generating ideas, and now it's like this new life is emerging that's going to sustain you. I don't think you realize that whatever you've been working on, it's big. This is big. It's got the 10 of Pentacles and the Sun with it. So keep doing the work that you're meant to be doing. This is life purpose, soul purpose. You could have had to go through something where you had to let go of one thing to become another thing in your work life. Oh, this is fascinating to me. I love this energy, y'all. I'm like, ooh, I dig this. I really dig this energy. I want to clarify now. Let's clarify this judgment. It's really sticking out at me. The alchemization that you've been going through, it's been a process. I'm hearing 9, either the last 9 months or the last 9 weeks. You've been going through a strong, energetic, vibrational alchemization around the way you move through the world, the way you present yourself in your work. Ace of Pentacles. New physical opportunities to invest. Page of Swords. Yeah. You've learned a lot about how to invest your energy, where to invest your energy. Queen of Cups. I love it. Now we're getting some heart in it. You've learned how to sustain keeping your heart open, Scorpio. Wow. This is beautiful energy. Over the Judgment. Maybe that's what you had a hard time accessing. Oh, wow. You are in alignment, Scorpio. You have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. So it's like your head and your heart are perfectly aligned. Your logic, your reason, your emotion, your emotional body. It's like you've reached some level of balance. And goodness, this is beautiful. This is absolutely gorgeous energy. You're still taking it slowly. There's this innocence and this willingness to really keep your heart open and practice a lot of self-love and self-care. Maybe that's what you weren't doing in the past, where you were really nurturing and feeding the parts of you that needed to feel safe. That's the thing. If we can't be This is basically what this feels like, is you've reparented yourself. And in that process, you feel safe and secure between your inner child and your adult avatar. So I actually, what was that? I did post something like this recently, where if your adult, the adult version of you, had to take care of you as a child, you would be really proud of yourself right now. And I see that, like, there's been this maturation going on in your heart space around giving that to you. Sorry, my nose is like gotten really itchy, really itchy. Some of you have had to deal with some mother issues, whether you want to become a mother, healing mother wounds from your childhood, male or female. Wow. This reading is really pulling me into this benevolent, like unconditional love energy, but it's all for you. And that's what you didn't do for yourself for a long time. A long time, Scorpio. I want to clarify now. Where are we at? Yeah, I'm going to clarify the sun. I could go on and on. Did you see that? Let me just pull this down so you can see that. We had the temperance cross the sun. Patience in all things, my dears. You've learned how to be patient. And when you slow your life down and you find balance between your inner and outer realities, and you give yourself that unconditional love, wow. This is truly like you've sustained somehow the ability to practice self-love in everything that you encounter. This is fabulous. Let me get some more on this temperance. Temperance sideways. So it's like there's still like you want to sustain this energy all the time. And I think you have these pockets of bliss. But spirit is like some people who are really accessing these higher energies, frequencies, it's blissful. You feel like it's a cascade of just like this heart opening, like, it's like a, gosh, what's the word for it? It's transcendent. You're experiencing like transcendental love. Ooh, we have the 7 of Cups. Let me get one more. 7 of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Wow. 7 of Cups involves choices, options. You're showing me I have so much truth, and I have so much protection in my life. And gosh, Scorpio, I don't know. Y'all have like tapped into something really, really profound here. I feel like it's even bigger than what I can even comprehend to you right now. This has been speaking to me loudly around illusion, confusion, because you don't know how to make a choice. When we first started here, it was like, I don't know how to make a choice. And then Spirit, what did it lead you toward? It led you toward a rebirth and learning how to reparent yourself and put your needs first, and to give yourself like a self-sustaining amount of unconditional love. And then you've tapped into this transcendental love vibration, and it's bringing out all this balance in balance where you can experience the bliss and the enlightenment despite the, what can I say here? How can I say this? The main issue I'm seeing with you here is that you, despite this like eureka you have around, okay, I keep my heart open and it's all good. I know how to do it now. But then when it comes to making decisions about where to invest that outside of you, you're like, things kind of fall apart a little bit and you can't stay in that same balanced vibration. And that's normal. So what I'm seeing and what you don't see coming here is that you have this opportunity to, whenever you get off kilter around not feeling quite happy or okay, and then you start getting overwhelmed with indecision, Spirit is saying you got to cut to the chase in your mind. You're learning how to not allow fears and doubts and insecurities capture your mental space and stay in the vibration of your heart, in your soul self. but it takes a lot of practice. And I'm seeing that you have some choices coming in that it might throw you off. Where you're headed, where you didn't know where you were headed or what decisions you needed to make to get there, you learned how to connect with your heart. And now that your heart's centered and you're in this elevated place and you're sustaining a level of long-term joy and bliss, you're worried. You're telling me, but I'm worried about what's going to throw me off, my mojo. And I'm like, you don't have to worry about that. Spirit's saying, you don't have to worry about that. You could be projecting a lot of fears into decisions that you have to make in the future at this time for the new year and getting kind of caught up in that. What is this 7 of Cups? King of Wands. 10 of Swords. Oh boy. And the 5 of Swords. All right, now it comes out. And the Fool. You want a new beginning. You want a brand new beginning. I think you're worried about what to invest in your emotional energy next. And Spirit's saying, just keep investing in you and it'll all unfold. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to do anything differently than what you've been doing. You already achieved it. It's like once we tap into like the perfect way of operating with ourselves to stay in balance, then we're like, wait a minute, it's not supposed to be this easy. I'm going to complicate it. And Spirit's saying, I really want to encourage you to tap into those moments when you were in flow, emotional flow, where you weren't getting stuck in up here. So I see you having to navigate what looks like an ending with somebody. It could have been short or long, that you've been in a little bit of mental conflict over. What's Scorpio going to do? Yeah, 4 of Pentacles, holding back. 9 of Wands, addressing the wounds that this incurred. And the Hermit. There's something that you're addressing with another person. You will get clarity on this. See, what's interesting is whatever interplay you've had with anyone outside of you, it's been practice for you to have more self-love and put your needs first. And so whatever energy that feels stuck right now, it's so you could go through a rebirth in reparenting you, less on reparenting somebody else, especially if it looked like they refused to. So there's a lot of clarity coming in, and you're telling me you don't have it, but Spirit's saying it's coming. It's coming. Clarity's coming over what is going to be in your life for the long term. If you're letting go of someone at this time, or there's a slow slip away of anybody in your life at this time, Scorpio, it's meant to be that way. That's what I'm hearing. Let's get some advice. Which deck are we going to go into? This one got me. This one really got me. I was like, whoa. I got so sucked into what work you've been doing on yourself and out in the world. I cannot believe the how much you have really elevated in your awareness. Yeah, and this is you putting your needs first. These are 2 of my cards of emotional independence, taking care of your own needs, creating a safety bubble, right? Energetic bubble around you. Despite whatever's coming at you at any given time, you are reaching for higher, aiming higher, reaching for your own prosperity, inner and outer, and going through this. There you are, Scorpio. Your advice is, this transformation is massive. I mean, I'm going to give you some extra time because I don't even think you realize how big this is. I think that you're coming out of what I would say would be like a mini dark night of the soul, where you felt like your life was heading in the wrong direction. But what it did was it served you actually putting yourself first. You may have just been like, I don't understand why this is happening. And Spirit's like, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. And I think you're reaching this level of energetically vibrating at a level of self-love, of self-acceptance, reparenting yourself, loving that inner child. Instead of demanding that inner child be fed by something outside of you from somebody who wasn't even emotionally able or equipped to. And when you do that for yourself, you know that when you start to do it again, you'll reach right back for you. It's like taking your inner child's hand every time instead of expecting someone else to take that hand. That's between you and your own inner child, not for someone else to do. This is if you're grown up. Obviously, I don't think I have anyone under 18 watching this, but this is the job of you and you. And I see you doing it so beautifully. I mean, Scorpio, you are in beautiful vibrational alignment with your own inner being, your own inner child, working through the wounding, working through the programming around, you not being lovable, around you not being worthy of being taken care of. And we must go within and clean up our beliefs around giving that to ourselves first. A lot of you probably had upbringings where you didn't feel emotionally safe. You may have had a cold parent, or you had parents that were very distracted, and your needs were on the bottom. So you may have had these relationship experiences where you were reaching out, expecting or wanting nurturing, and then not receiving that. And all of your life experience has really led you to this place of awakening within you, this beautiful love inside of you. And now that you have that, my dears, it's like this, it's a rebirth, honey. It's a rebirth. Let's get a gorgeous Keepers of the Light. Y'all needed a little extra because this is like, I'm going to take a, so that was just, I just need a minute. I need a minute. You went really deep in the recent, I'd say this past year has been extremely evolutionary and elevationary. I don't know. Your vibration a year ago is totally different now. Whatever trauma you've gone through, you've alchemized it into beautiful self-love. And we have one coming out. Ooh, sacred vision. See, you didn't have it. You didn't have it. Now it's coming clear. It's becoming more clear. It's becoming more clear in the new year, okay? Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Interesting. Let's see the Miriam. Let's see what the Miriam has to say. The Miriam, which means the beloved, are twin flame angels who come as one. They are mirror images of each other. They are the angels who appeared to Mary Magdalene in the tomb of Jesus after his passing. These angels spoke directly to Mary and helped her move beyond her grief so that she was able to commune with Jesus once more. They can help us move beyond the cloud of grief too. They heal grievances of all kinds, including ones that have been created by religion or the idea that God does not love or accept us because of a mistake we once made. The Miriam help us remember that we don't need to ask God for forgiveness because he never condemned us. He never condemned us in the first place. Now, if the word God triggers you, use goddess, use source, use creator, okay? And I can say that again. The Miriam help us remember that we don't need to ask the universe for forgiveness because the universe never condemned us in the first place. There is a real opportunity for you to move beyond grief or grievance at this time, Scorpio. The Miriam are here, swirling their holy light all around you so that you can regain a sense of union with spirit. Exactly. I told you, this is deep, deep, deep inner work, Scorpio. You are loved beyond words. Choose to see the light of spirit in everyone and everything, and love without boundaries. Honor others and honor yourself with your sacred vision. You're in a space of deep healing and forgiveness. Choosing to see the light of the world will help you grow even more. I'm telling you, I told you this is an increased light quotient in your awareness because you have gone inward and you've been doing this beautiful work. I'm so proud of you, Scorpio. I think 2025, it's like when we reach these levels of true self-awareness, life gets easier. It doesn't mean that the problems disappear. It's just you better equipped to deal with them because you have all the tools inside of you. You always did. Okay? We just weren't taught them. And I hope that there will come a time in the world someday. And I think obviously this newer generation, I can speak on behalf of my child who's Scorpio, which I talk about a lot in Scorpio readings about her, is that she's already there. So it's beautiful because we are healing these generational wounds around generational trauma of neglect, of not getting the nurturing we needed as children. And I'm very proud of you, Scorpio, because you are healing on such a deep level. Take care. Namaste.